So are you wanting to get unlimited power for your Canon M50 and you're not able to really connect it up right in a way that the camera stays on so the battery door can stay open, or just find options that are good for on the go? Well, in this video, I'm going to be going through my favorite power adaptations that I found for the Canon M50, whether you're using wall powered options or if you want to be using a battery bank like this. So we'll be talking about it coming up next. Hey, what's up guys, it's Diana here with Entree Women TV, helping you simplify the video creation process so that you can reach the people that need you the most. And so on this channel, I do small business video marketing tips as well as tech tips like we'll be diving into today. So if that's something that you're into, definitely consider subscribing. So I've owned the Canon M50 for about 2 or more years now, and it's been just such a fun camera to use. But one of the things that we're all familiar with, which is probably why you're watching this video, is that the battery options are not that amazing when it comes to that. On these little batteries, these LPE 12 batteries, then you can get up to maybe 2.5 hours, 2 hours I've found best when it comes to third-party battery options. And that's not enough if you're trying to live stream or just do unlimited recording options so that you can do a batch shoot day of all kinds of videos, but especially for live streaming. So there are a couple power adaptations that I want to jump into. And so I'm going to show my favorite 2 options that are available on Amazon. One is actually currently sold out, and I'll give you links down below if you want to go ahead and click on those. And then also, I'm going to be showing how to connect this because some people run into hiccups when it comes to actually how to connect these power adapters. So let's jump in. So on the Canon M50, there is a option that you can use for the power adapter. Now, with regular batteries, if you can hear, this is just a little third-party batteries, but just so you can hear the difference, this is how solid it sounds for just a regular battery. But when you're using a dummy battery option, which is what we're getting into here, is that these are hollow. It doesn't have any actual cells in there to recharge and stuff like that. So these are dummy batteries. It doesn't have anything real in there. It just has a hole in there so that it can pull power from these power adapters, like the Kapaxen one, which is my absolute favorite one that I've had now for quite some time. Used up to 16 hours nonstop. Accidentally left the camera on for days on end, plugged in because the screen would go to sleep after like 30 minutes, and don't realize that it's still on and it never overpowered my camera. Now I have tried other brands like one called Glorich on Amazon, which I just absolutely don't trust because it broke my camera before. And unfortunately right now it's not so easy to get repairs as it was back then for $260 something. So I absolutely avoid, like, if you want to try other options, then that's up to you. I'll try to link the ones that are most reputable to me down below, but that's an option if you're trying to do just like wired connectivity where you're locked into a wall. But the option that I love more, honestly, if you're on the go, is going to be this one by RiceUp. RiceUp is a brand that I'm honestly not that familiar with other than these little adapters, but they have been working for me for the time that I've had them. And so it's a reputable company for me. So what happens is that you have this power port that goes into the bottom of the dummy adapter in the camera. And then this other port can be used 2 ways, which honestly increases the versatility and makes it so much better in my opinion. You have where you can get these, which we all kind of probably have, where it's like these USB into the wall, these AC adapters. And so you can plug that in directly there and you're good to go. And so you have a powered and a wall option. Or now this has a specific, real quick, one that you have to use for the battery banks. It has specifically on the website and even in the box, like what they recommend. So just make sure the numbers, the milliamp numbers, even if you don't understand that stuff fully, make sure the numbers match what they're saying that it should be. So the one that I have is just like this $3 one that I got from my local electronics store some years ago. And I just make sure like the milliamp information that's on there is in compliance with what RiceUp is suggesting so that you're not overpowering your camera and stuff like that, or just basically making sure that you have a reputable battery bank that is not going to do any kind of funny business. So we now have a working Canon M50 with just the battery bank there. But yeah, this is how this works. And it's even taking a picture. But this is how this works if you're trying to get some battery options for your Canon M50. So let's go through some words of wisdom and just some warnings, honestly, when it comes to doing this. If you're going to be using some kind of third-party options and things like that, you want to be aware, again, like there's a lot of things that go into audio specifically. And anytime that you're crossing power options with audio options for a wired lapel microphone or even a wireless microphone setup, Some of the helpful things that I've found to make sure you're not getting a low buzzing audio kind of a noise through what you're doing is to make sure that you do a quick test video, quick 30-second video, just to make sure, and that you listen to that back either on your computer, because honestly, the speakers and cameras aren't that great, but listen to it, make sure that the space that you're recording in will work for you. The other option is that I found that helps is just to kind of like loop a little a rubber band around the power adapter and just kind of dangle that off the tripod. Most tripods have a hook or something like that just to pull it up off the floor. Because even in certain environments, I've found just having the lapel microphone touching the ground, depending on how well that cable is shielded or protected. Different cables work with different stuff, and I can't explain all the different audio interference options that you may experience, but I will say just be mindful of those. So if you run a couple tests before then that'll help to ensure. And anytime you're talking about third-party options, which Canon actually has their own one, it's just a little bit more expensive and they're not always in stock. So most people opt for the third-party options. For a lot of people that are connecting their Canon M50, one of the things that's really cool is that you can do what I'm doing right now, which is have and connect your USB microphone and have that audio, especially something like the Samson Q2U, Audio-Technica ATR 2100 microphones, run that directly into the camera. So this is not going into my computer in any kind of way as far as, me recording through Ecamm Live like I usually do. This connection is happening directly from my microphone into my camera. And so if you're trying to do videos on the go, or you're wanting to do videos like this and still use your podcasting microphone, I'm going to be doing a video where I show that up above, so you can click on that over there if you want to check that out, or if you want some more live streaming tips, you can click on the other video over there as well. But with that, guys, a little bit passion. I'll see y'all on the next video.